Just forget really bad.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Medical mistakes. You know, doctors give you medications without fully understanding how they will react to that person's body or condition, or how it will react with other medicines they're taking. You know, that thing can take you out of here pretty quick. So, I like Rick, you know, I just don't take medicines anymore. What this stuff does is, I want to show you a couple of other things here too. And guys, when we leave here, if you be sure that Rick has your email address, okay, if he doesn't already have it. And what I'll do is I'll send Rick all of this information. The first one here, and this is all real simple stuff. All you got to do is go on the computer, push play, and the doctor will explain it. The first one is Dr. Michael Donaldson explaining, I'm not going to go into all of it, but Dr. Michael explains Kangen water. He explains in this video what the machine does to the water, and then what that water does to the body on the molecular level. You know, by the time you finish watching it, it's about, what's that one, 30 minutes, maybe 26 minutes or something. By the time you finish watching it, you're going to sit there and go, okay, now I understand this stuff. The second one is a bunch of doctors. I'll send you that one. Doctors and dentists. Now, what some of these guys, Timothy here was one of the biggest skeptics that we had. Dr. Horst Feltzer's in this thing. He was another skeptic. You know, and these guys, Dr. Feltzer now says he's a vascular surgeon, graduated out of Harvard, said the two greatest things that ever happened to him in his life. One was his experience at Harvard. The second was his introduction to this water. You're going to see another doctor on there, Dr. Shinya, and he's a Japanese guy, and for life of me, I can't remember his first name. But he is, he's the co-inventor of today's colonoscopy. And he is the guy that invented the little thing on the end of the colonoscopy that'll reach out and extract a polyp without having to do surgical procedure. And when somebody has that done, it's called the Shinya procedure. He invented that. He's the #1 gastroenterologist in the world. He will not see a patient unless they're drinking this water. And he said the reason why is if you're not drinking the water, you're not serious about getting well. He also puts them on a pretty stringent diet, you know, and a diet that he feels is a diet that covers, you know, basically what the body needs. But anyway, you'll see those doctors on that one. I'll send that over to you.
He doesn't have to clean his instruments.
This one is a Shan Stratton water presentation. Now Shan is a very good friend of mine, and he is a personal trainer. He's also developed his own nutritional line. He makes enzymes and probiotics and that kind of stuff. Shan is a consultant to 16 professional teams, to include New York Yankees, Seattle Seahawks are two of them. Personal trainer and consultant to Tiger Woods, Maria Sharapova, Dunham McNabb, Kurt Warner, and the list goes on, about 1,000 others. Shan's a great guy. Now he'll sit down and talk about the importance of this water as far as hydration, elimination of lactic acid, keeping the body balanced, and he does a real good job. My all-time favorite. This, for us old guys, you two might remember it. Pat Boone. All right, Pat gives about a 10-minute. Pat's been drinking it now for about 10 years, and he's 84 or 85 years old, and he still absolutely looks great. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll click on this.
You may know his brother Daniel.
Huh? Do what?
You may know his brother Daniel.
Yeah.
He's a little older.
There's
Daniel?
Danny Boone Homestead is right up the road too.
All right, now listen. This is Pat. Now you'll be able to see him. Now this thing was done a couple of years ago.
Hello friends, Pat Boone here. Over the years, I've been very fortunate to be able to travel all over the world. I've been to beautiful
Oh boy, he looks pretty good for his age, doesn't he?
But when I was at home recently, an old friend called and said he wanted to show me a very interesting
So why don't you
product.
send me?
Thought I'd
All right,
really like.
but anyway, that's a great video. I'm not going to bore you guys with it right now.
Here's a good one.
But I will send it to you, and I would, highly recommend that you keep it. Watch it, but keep it. Because if somebody asks you about the water, there's two videos that you want to give them. One is the Dr. Michael Explains It, and the second one is this one. Okay? Real simple. To be able to give a full demo, all you need to do is play this video and sit down and if they have any questions after the demo is over, call me. And you can make this thing a business just as I have. The last one I'm going to send you, this is Daniel DeButts, and Daniel talks about the commission structure of the company. It's a 6-minute video, and he talks about the first 6 stages of compensation. I am going to play this one, but I'm going to play it after we do our little demo. Now, if we go back to the Pat Boone video, what we're going to do right now, and I'm going to let Rick do this one, because he needs the practice.
Come on, Rick. You can do it.
But to do a little bitty demo here on,
Look, shy.
we need another of these plastic cups.
I have some more in the
Right
front.
here?
Yeah, and I tell you what else we need. We need some tap water.
I got that.
Thank you.
Need some more coffee?
No, not right
You know when your pipes knock in the walls? Is that tap water?
now. Huh? Do what?
When your pipes knock in the walls, it shakes.
Yeah?
Is that tap water?
You gotta be on the edge of this guy.
Our pipes in our walls knocked all the time, but it was the radiators that were knocking, not the pipes in the wall.
Sorry. Through the wall.
But the tap water sometimes does tap.
If you just touch that cord, it messes up.
Yeah, you gotta quit touching the damn one.
What's that?
This Sprite,
Okay.
yeah. I have Voss. I just have like all the things that a lot of us drink. Well, a lot of people drink on a regular basis.
Okay, this is charged and ready to
Thank
go.
you.
So you wanna do
This
that
industry, as you know, bottled water industry is gigantic right now. There's a lot of people out there. This is what they depend on as far as what they drink on a daily basis. Hunter, can you go into a little bit about bottled water and testing at the source and that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Before these?
bottled water is not regulated. They do test some of the bottle coming out of the source. Most bottled waters are tap
Smart
water
way.
coming out of somewhere that have been either filtered or run through reverse osmosis. If you see purified on the bottle anywhere, don't buy it.
Fiji.
Because it's been run through reverse osmosis and it's been stripped of all the minerals. Our food today, because the land has gotten so depleted over the centuries, that our food today does not provide the adequate minerals that we need in our body. So we depend on those minerals, a lot of them coming from our water. And reverse osmosis removes all of that. While you're doing this, I'm gonna go in here and find it. I need to
I
find
have
it.
2 different bottles here. One's pH and another pH. What's the yellow one? Is that ammonia? What is this?
That's for the chlorine, you don't need that, you don't have it here.
Alright. So these are pH drops. So use them in like water in a pool to kind of test the pH and that kind of thing. I know you've seen this already, but it's a good demonstration. It kind of shows the level of the acidity in the water, the oxidation in the water. So this is a meter. It's called an ORP meter. ORP stands for oxidative reduction potential. So that basically will explain the oxidation level of the water. So whether it's acidic or non-acidic. So the negative on this shows your antioxidants are in water. The positive shows high oxidants in the water, which is like your acidity. So you guys have seen a pH scale before. Purple's like really good and yellow and orange are really bad. Those are like extremely acidic, that. So when we go into like Sprite's obviously a pretty bad one. You're gonna get the orange, you're gonna get the top with that one. I'm just kind of going through the colors here. So I'll stop there for now. So the Fiji, you start getting almost like a green.
Which is good, right?
Fiji,
It's better than the first
Oh,
one.
you know.
it's
where-
like almost like a neutral green,
You
like your
you didn't do the ORP levels first, did you?
No.
Right. No, don't.
Oh, I can't put it in there with
No,
that.
no, you didn't always do those
Oh.
That's all right.
Put my colors in first.
first. I know, that's all right. That's all right, don't worry about it, keep on going.
So I can't use the ORP though.
No, you
So
know.
I'm just doing the color now, that's fine.
We need to get a bit of.
That's fine.
No more cups?
Yes.
I only got 4.
That's blue there.
Purple.
And purple, yeah.
Yeah, so that's almost like your whole pH scale from one end to the other. So this, I can't put it in now, but if I were to put this in before I put the pH drops in, this is gonna be around 450 on the pH,
All right,
or
there you go.
on the ORP.
Here's the
There,
alkaline
yeah.
energy chart.
So that's gonna be about probably 450, 400, 450. This is gonna come out probably around like 300.
Now, we'll do it, we're gonna do it.
Oh, you're gonna do it then, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the list, oh, she's bringing out more, okay. So, that's that.
Okay, okay. We don't need them, all, we can do 2 or 3.
Okay.
I wanna do the tap water.
And the 9.5.
But what he was talking about earlier is acidity, and the only drink smart water is, if you look at it here on the chart, can't see it on the chart because Rick's standing in the middle of it. But it's gonna be a green, a light green, so that's gonna be down in the neutral or the low neutral, maybe even a 6.5 or so. This stuff, Fiji water, is neutral. It's going to be about a 7.5 or possibly even a little bit higher in some bottles. The problem with Fiji water, these bottles are made in China. Okay, and the water coming out of the Fiji springs is probably very, very good water. They put it in these bottles and then they stick it on a pallet and put it in a hold of a ship. What are the temperature fluctuations in the hold of a ship? And then they bring them to the United States and they stick them in a warehouse. It might be a year and a half before this stuff ever hits the grocery shelf. It's given it plenty of time for any chemicals that the Chinese managed to put in these plastics to permeate water. You know, I don't even like touching the containers. Our regular bottled water here, this one's Acadia. That again is tap water, except we've taken out, they filtered some of the minerals out of it, so it's a real weak water. This stuff, what is that? Yeah, look at that one. I mean, that one's way down here in the acidic line. And if you look at Sprite, this chart's really hard to tell, but Sprite is way down in the acidic line. Sprite might be about 1.5 to 2 points less acidic than battery acid, right? But yet we drink it. And if you could get me a large container, about a big glass full of or a pint jar or a quart jar,
Okay.
full of 9.5 water. I want to do it real quick.
Does it need to be
Hang on.
clear that you can see it?
Hang on. Don't take that
Not
away. Huh?
clear that you can see through it?
Yes, need to see through it. I want to just make one real quick point about this. I feel like I'm walking in a minefield.
Why your company didn't start bottling water to sell them like those companies?
I beg your pardon?
Why we don't bottle them and sell them?
We're going to get into that in a minute. I'll show you.
We don't know where everything is yet.
Huh? Did you find anything?
No.
Use a gallon container.
I have,
Yeah, I can use anything.
okay.
Just grab anything. Just something, it could be a big bowl, you know, a clear bowl, but,
I have the clear bowls.
yeah, and put some 9.5 in it.
Okay.
Drink before,
About a month.
I put it in everything. I cook with it, clean with it.
some people use it for bathroom too, shower. Drinking one?
They actually have a shower filter on the spigot that takes all the chlorine out. Actually, leave it, I don't know how long it's going to be out in the sun, but it takes some of the impurities out there, so it your skin. Like, let's see, water out to at the 6 pH level, session. Could do it at 5.5, depending on what you want to do.
Jim? You coming?
That's a big bowl, that's perfect.
Okay.
All right, now, I'm gonna show you guys something.
You wanna unplug the wire for now?
You don't have to.
That's 9.5?
Could be.
That's 9.5, right?
Correct.
I was running 11.5 in it when I started, so it didn't have chance, it's probably, it might be blue, it might not, it might have been like in that process. Let me refill it.
Thank you.
Is that good enough? You want it to be purple? Cause I didn't run the 9.5 long enough out there, it had just get done cleaning. 'Cause I went from 2.5 to
right,
9.5.
9.5 in there.
All right, just wait for the whole bunch of stuff.
All right, while he's doing that, I wanna show you another thing. And then we'll come back to the acidity in a second. Do me a favor, slow the 9.5 way down, fill it up. Wait a minute.
This is your first time drinking
Yeah.
All right, guys, here, watch this.
it? Okay.
You know, I want to talk to you about sodas. Today, without any question, I know that drinking sodas are more dangerous, and sports drinks fall in the same category, are more dangerous than smoking cigarettes. A lot more dangerous. All right, if I take a little bit of this soda right here, and here's a bowl of 9.5, you can see the blue purple, right? Now watch this. Don't be playing. I've just turned that whole bowl of water acidic. It takes 32 glasses of 9.5 water to reverse the acidity of one salt ring. And if you go back and look at when we started our war on cancer, it was in the 60s. And look there, I just poured that more in there. And it turned blue for a second, but look at it there. But we started our war back on cancer back in the 60s, early 70s. And at that time, cancer rate, when we started the war on cancer, it had gone from 25 to 1 in the 50s to 1 out of 4 by the 70s. So we decided we needed to really declare war on this stuff and try to figure out what it is. Well,
Well,
our
so the-
war is really working.
Kids.
Because today,
Kids want cancer too.
today's it's 1 in 2. over 100,000, 100 million people in this country are being treated today for diabetes. Autism is 1 in 50 today, when 35 or 40 years ago it was 1 in 10,000 maybe. You know, I mean, just an incredible number. For the first time ever in the last couple of years in the United States, longevity has started declining. You know, we've always held pretty stable, or if not inch up a little bit, but longevity is declining. Guess who number one is? Number one's Japanese, by far. Now, what we're gonna do here, then I wanna, remember I talking about oxidative stress a little while ago? If we look at Fiji water, let me get the thing down here. This little meter measures, and you'll see it in that Pat Boone thing, they do it a whole lot more efficiently than I do. But this little meter is a, let me drop this thing. This little meter measures millivolts in water, or any fluids as far as that goes. If the millivolts are in the plus range, they're oxidative. And it's oxidative, rust, apple, you know, remember all that. The oxidative millivolt rating of Fiji water is 383. Plus 383.
Smart water.
Smart water. It's 300 and up in the 300 lap, you know, up in the upper 300s, maybe pushing 400. All of these waters are very, very, very oxidative. This Voss water, this one took it over 400. Now, we're gonna put it down here in the Sprite. The Sprite's gonna take it almost to 600. That's oxidation. When it hits 600, when it hits 600, it actually is coming down a little bit now. When it hits 600, it becomes lethal to E. coli. So what do they put in our tap water in municipalities? Chlorine. And they put enough chlorine in it to kill the E. coli. E. coli, chlorine kills by oxidation. You remember the studies on diseases caused by oxidative stress? And then wonder why in the world we're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. I can tell you what, folks, all waters aren't created equal. Now, let's take it down here. I've just taken a plus 400 to a minus 756 in antioxidants. Give you something to go on. Orange juice. Let me find that antioxidant chart somewhere here.
This cable, I guess this cable's dead.
There you go.
I'm looking for is looking for a presentation. I don't see it come across the screen. What?
Says presentation.
It's not in that one.
So if I want to introduce you to the record.
Your computer now knows there's something else. All right, I'm gonna come on down and do this thing real quick. Okay, see this chart here? It's talking about ORP and millivolts. If you look at orange juice is gonna be about a minus 20, minus 30. It's antioxidant. Green tea is supposed to be one of the most antioxidant drinks that you can have. It's gonna be under a minus 100. Most of the green teas will range a minus 40 to a minus 50, minus 60. Cod liver oil, I know how much we love to take that one, that's a minus 200. And then of course this water took it down to a minus 767. On the flip side, purified and distilled waters are gonna be up in the 300 range and plus. Sodas are in the 400 range and plus. Tap water in most municipalities is gonna go over 600. Where I'm from in Fairfax, Virginia, it goes over 700. And then we wonder why in the hell we're getting sick, you know? Remember, the water is so important. It's 72% of what we're doing. Now I want to show you what your tap water here is. There's your tap water. See what it looks like.
I've got a carbon filter and a mineralization filter on my tap water too.
Same.
Does the machine put a hydroxyl in the water?
I'm not sure what a hydroxyl is, but what it does, it charges the hydrogen in the water, and I don't know if it's a hydroxyl ion. I know it's a hydrogen, a
I
charged
actually think it
hydrogen.
is, yeah.
Huh?
I actually think it is. Yeah.
It's a charged hydrogen, and it's a charged hydrogen, what is the strongest antioxidant known to man. There's nothing out there stronger. One glass of this water would be equivalent to something like 5 pounds of blueberries, you know, in antioxidant value. Your tap water is a plus 335.
So, right.
Okay. Now what?
Death going through your muscles.
Did you, want to take, put some 11.5 in this one?
Because we actually use hydroxyl air machines for fire restriction, for odors. I get rid of the odors on the neck. Get rid of that.
So, what we're demonstrating here is all water is not created equal, you know, and if you go back in, like I said, and do those, sit down and do those videos, you're gonna see the same thing that I just did, especially the Daniel Boone video, except these guys do it a whole lot better than I could ever do it. You know, but I just wanted to do it here to show you that it's in fact there. Now, the machine itself has a lot of other uses. It's got a very strong alkaline water that's good for cleaning. It'll take blood out of a carpet. It'll take wine out of a carpet. It takes all of the insecticides, the adherent that they use, the chemical adherent to make insecticides stick to the leaves themselves. That stuff's rain resistant. All right, so they take it in, they spray it down 3 times and say it's been triple washed. You know, and I'm not sure what that means. You know, when they triple wash something, but I can tell you what we're finding is that if you soak your fruit, your vegetables, your salads in the 11.5 high alkaline water, and soak them there for a couple of minutes and then pour that water off, you can look at the color of it. It's going to turn a rust brown. That's the chemicals. You can even sit down there and smell that stuff. That's what is coming off of your food. And most people, and I'm going to say not most people, I'm going to, maybe 1 out of 10,000 are doing what we're doing today. Cleaning that stuff off of there. Maybe 1 out of 10,000. I almost guarantee it's no more than that. So we're taking in all of that stuff, and then we wonder why our toxic levels are going through the roof and why we are getting illnesses that 25, 30, 40 years ago, hell, we never heard of. You know, so we can clean it. The flip side of that one, it produces a strong acid water. And what did I do with the glass that I had that? Is that glass still sitting on the counter, or did I bring it in?
What was in it?
Never mind, I got it right here. Yeah. Pass that over to the guys, well, smell it. There's a strong acid water. That strong acid water has taken, it's a 2.5 pH, but it adds salt to
Where
the,
is this from?
It's from the machine.
from the machine. And when you put strong acid, there's a little container on the right side of that machine that has salt water in it. I use sea salt, quarter cup of sea salt to 2 cups of water. And when you turn push that strong acid button, it puts a little of that salt water into the chamber. And the ratio, I didn't know this before, but to make chlorine is ionized salt water. Well, the ratio of this makes hypochlorous acid. Hospitals pay somewhere between $400 and $2,400, depending on the distributor, a gallon for this stuff. It will kill every bacteria that you can think of on contact, to include MRSA. Kills that flesh-eating monster. It's also a natural blood clotting agent, so it's wonderful for wound care.
Rick, bring in a knife, try it.
Yeah, my little grandson came home and he had developed pink eye. You know, so I just took a little bit of stuff, not a spray, but misted it. I misted it in my face first, you know, we hadn't made a game out of it, and I made a funny face and I turned around and squirted him real quick, and he just cackled. Well, I did that about 5 times. The next morning, that pink eye's gone.
Huh.
All right,
Great.
that's the 2.5 water.
We just did it with sunburn. Our youngest, and by the morning was gone.
Rick,
Right.
The 11
With
point,
the
the 11.5
2.5
works really good for
2.5.
sunburn.
Sunburn.
Spray it on.
Yeah.
Nice.
The,
We use it on acne.
that 2.5, if you get a bug bite, get a big bee sting, mosquito bite, or anything like that, it'll take that sting or itch out of it in a matter of seconds. If you get a serious sinus infection, put that little mister again, hold one nostril, suck it up in your head as deep as you can suck it up in there. I know one day I'd been 3 days in absolute misery. My face felt like it was going to explode, and then I remembered I had that water. So I go in and I squirted it up in my nose thinking, well, I wonder if this will work. My head was clear before I could get back to the couch. That's how quick it kills that bacteria. And you kill that bacteria, you know, things start happening. Strep throat, same thing. If you want to gargle with it in the morning, you know, it'll kill all bad breath. You can use it for deodorant. Now, I will say, if you use this in the morning as a gargle, after you, what was that